with varying definitions and statistics. According to the United Nations, youth refers to individuals between age of 15 and 24 years old, while Nigerian National Youth Policy defines youth as those between 15 and 35 years old.
Approximately 70% of Nigeria's population, that is about 160 million people in Nigeria, are considered to be a youth.
One can only imagine how the future will look like without nurturing and guiding this segment of the society.
I quite agree with you, Ndua, and on this report, Patricia takes a look at the Nigerian youths and their challenges.
The youth are heartbeats of any nation, and in Nigeria, youth represent over 60% of the population. Nigerian youth are energetic, innovative, and full of potential. With positive vibes, they hold the promise of a better tomorrow. However, their journey is characterized with many obstacles, and understanding their struggles and pointing the way forward is vital for national progress. Nigerian youth are one of the most misunderstood people in the world because of their overconfident, outspoken, and exceptionally street smart. Nigerians are known for their boldness, hustle spirit, and ability to thrive in almost any condition. These youth are vibrant and ambitious. They excel in music, technology, sports, and entrepreneurship despite the challenges they have to contend with. From global entertainment icons like Davido, Burna Boy, Tams, and Wizkid to tech icons like Femi Adeyemo, Prosper Otemuyiwa, and Olugbenga Agbola. In sports, we have icons like Ashishat Ashola, Tabora Abiodun, Tobi Amushan, and Victor Osimhen. And in entrepreneurship, we have icons like Enyinoluwa Agboyeji, Uche Petro, and Temitope Ogunshemu, who are solving real-world problems. Nigerian youths are making global impact, yet many remain trapped in cycles of unemployment, poverty, insecurity, and violence, drug abuse, and mental health issues, corruption, and lack of trust in government. With limited access to capital and opportunities, we have youth with brilliant business ideas but are often unable to secure funding or support. The way forward is by empowering the Nigerian youth in numerous ways, which include educational reform and skills acquisition. The Nigerian youth curriculum must be modernized to include digital skills, entrepreneurship, emotional intelligence, and vocational training. Job creation and entrepreneurship support. The government and private sectors should partner to create jobs. Youth-friendly loans and grants should be accessible without heavy bureaucracy. Youth inclusion in governance. Policies should reflect the voice of young people. Platforms for youth dialogue, political inclusion, and leadership training. Security reforms and community policy. A safe environment is essential for youth to thrive. Mental health awareness and drug abuse prevention. Nigeria youth need counseling centers, hotlines, and safe spaces for mental health care. Drug education and community rehab programs are critical. Leveraging technology and innovation. The government should invest in technology hubs and digital infrastructure. Nigerian youth have already proven they can compete globally in the tech space. In conclusion, Nigerian youth are not a problem. They are the solution. With the right investment, support, and enabling environment, they can transform the nation. It's time we stop seeing youth as leaders of tomorrow and start empowering them today. Patricia at my KSMC Breakfast.
Patricia, for the report, and we have with us this morning Captain Caleb Danladi, a philanthropist and founder at Danladi Bako Foundation. Captain, welcome to KSMC Breakfast.
Thank you very much. Good morning, viewers, and thank you very much for having me.
You heard the report from Patricia. The Nigerian youth, is it the problem?
Okay, first and foremost, I want to discuss about the Nigerian youth. If you look at our demography today, more than 60% of Nigerian population are below the age of 25. So that is a blessing to the nation. We have a lot of resources. These youth are resources that if we optimize them, we are going to have a great economy, we are going to have a great nation. Let's look at the tech industry today. They are being driven by the youths. If you look at the sport industry today, most of them are under the age of 35. If you also look at the entertainment industry today, most of them are successful entertainers are youths. If you look at the agricultural industry today, youths are driving. They have created a lot of innovation. So Nigerian youths are a blessing, and they have done remarkably well. However, there are also issues of unemployment. But let's also look at the policies that have been put in place from the beginning to ensure that youth thrive in the society. If you look at from the defunct Shopee, where we have the graduate internship scheme, we also have the UWIN, you have the Empower, you have the National Youth Program, you have the Youth Entrepreneur Fund. So I believe the government has done a lot. There is a political will from the government. If you look at most of those policies, they are successful. It's not about the number, but it's about the impact. Through UWIN, a lot of youths have been self-sufficient. They have been able to employ other youths. We have seen it. And a very important aspect is the government has also shown the will. If you look at the Not Too Young to Run, it has provided a platform for a lot of our youth to participate in politics today. And if you look at from 2015 down the line, a lot of youths are involved in decision making. A lot of youths are involved in policy making. So the government has done a lot. Let's also look at the recent creation of the Ministry of Youth Development from what we used to have the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports. So that's also a political will from the government. And if you look at the minister today, he's also a young person. But previously you have a Minister of Youth and Sport that is old, he's not a youth. So he understands the plight of youths. And I believe a lot of his policies are tailored towards youth development. So if you have a separate entity like this that is tailored towards a specific demography, I think we are going to yield a positive result.
Okay, Captain, just as you said, there are every proofs to show that government has a political will. This is not just now, but this is something that had started even before this administration. But looking at the situation on ground, you will see that there is still a lot more to do. Oh, what can you say? Where can you say we are getting it wrong? Despite all these interventions, despite all these programs initiated by the government, but the situation with our youth in Nigeria is still deteriorating. Where are we getting it wrong?
Okay, I've discussed about the positive impacts. Yes, there are still some challenges like unemployment among youth, high rate of unemployment.
So what are the solutions?
The solutions is there. First of all, we have to look at education and skill development. So education is a key. The youth have to be equipped with the right set of skills. The youth have to be innovative, entrepreneurship. So if you want to go into entrepreneur, thank God there are a lot of favorable policies on ground now, and recently there are a lot of incubation centers. Even if you are an entrepreneur and you don't have a place to set up your own business, you can go to a incubation center. In Abuja we have, here in Kaduna we also have incubation centers. So very important, skill acquisition is very important, education is very important. You also need to provide loan for these youths at a low interest rate. They don't need collateral because they are just starting. So it's very, very crucial. We also need policies, favorable policies like ease of doing business for them. It's another thing that you are an entrepreneur, you have your own business. It's another thing for you to have access to the market. So access to the market must be there for the youth to be able to thrive. However, we have seen youth that have been successful. So these successful youth have to be a role model to those that are just coming up. They have to come and share their success stories. They have to come and share to motivate the younger ones on how they have been successful. So it's very, very crucial. The other aspect we have seen in terms of youth today is lack of digital literacy, which is crucial. If you look at the world is evolving, we are moving at a fast pace today. If you go to everywhere today is AI, digitalization and innovation. So some of the youths are not digitally literate. Particularly, there's a skill gap between those in the rural areas and those in the urban areas, just because of opportunities and lack of some infrastructure in the rural areas compared to those in the urban areas. So what I would advise our youth is to invest their skills and talent on digital literacy. I give you an example. If you look at Nokia and Kodak today, they are nowhere to be found. In the past, you want to take a photo, you snap with film. Today is a different ball game. You can use your mobile phone today to snap photo, right? Why do those companies fail? It's because they fail to innovate. So our youth, we have to move at the same pace with development. We have to move at the same pace with globalization. If you look at the JAM in the past, I wrote a paper-based JAM. Today is CBT, and WAEC will soon adopt the same thing. If you are working in certain agencies today, promotion exam is digital. So they have to equip themselves with the latest development. They have to equip themselves with the latest digital literacy, which is lacking. So in our foundation, we have introduced a program called STEM, Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics, because we believe the government alone cannot be able to do it, even though the government has shown significant political will, and they have done a lot. But through this STEM, we are able to introduce this science, technology, engineering, and mathematics to young primary school pupils at an early age, because we believe that is the age that they are eager to learn. That is the age that they are more inquisitive to learn. So we introduce it. We start with STEM competition, and a lot of them have submitted very, very impressive, innovative ideas. So from there now, we have also conducted a need assessment. The need assessment is to be able to address some of those challenges that the target group have. For instance, through the need assessment, we found out that a lot of them they don't have digital literacy. So we will tailor our training to address those digital literacy gaps. If you also look at the JAM results, if you look at some certain areas, the performance is not as encouraging in other areas. So we try to find out why. And we found out that some of them knows the questions, they know the answer, but they don't know how to use computer, which is about digital literacy today. And most of these people are youthful populations. So we are trying to tailor our training to be able to address these specific skill gaps that we have identified in those areas. And we believe by the end of next year, we'll be able to yield positive results. We have started seeing results already.
Yeah, these are things that you are doing personally to change the narrative about the digital literacy in Nigeria. There's one aspect of when Nigerian youth is identified with, because you brought the issue of digitization here, high tech, is the issue of Yahoo.
Okay, let me take you further for what the government has done in digitalization, because I'm following the trend. Recently, the Federal Ministry of Communication and Digital Economy has introduced what we call the 3MTT, the 3 million technical talent. So you can imagine if we are training 3 million people in Nigeria, it's going to be huge potential. It's a huge potential. It's going to add to our economy. These people are going to contribute. Now you have 3 additional million people that will be tech inclined. So you can see the political will. The second part now, you look at the needs that they are also training to be able to bridge the skill gap. So it's not only the non-governmental organization, but I believe the government are doing
it. Now they are being trained.
Yes.
But there are some that are using it negatively.
Exactly.
So how do you checkmate that?